Hey gamers, Game with Melko here, bringing you another Clash Royale deck spotlight. I'm sorry to say guys, this is the first video I have done in nearly 2 weeks, and I'm sorry real life unfortunately has been getting in the way. Work has been piling on the pressure, and the home life with 2 young kids unfortunately has been very manic as well, leaving me very little time to do things like this. But I'm back now, and hopefully I shouldn't be having any more breaks, fingers crossed. So guys, today's going to be another deck spotlight. Now this is quite a different deck, quite unique. A deck that I've run similar decks before in the past, but not for some time. So let's just do that. So guys, let's have a look at the deck that I've been using. So this is the deck. It's the Hog Rider Prince deck. That's right guys, the Hog Rider and the Prince. So what the cards do we have in the deck? Well, we have the Fire Spirits. We have the lady with the purple hair herself, the Musketeer. We have the Giant. We have the Ice Spirits. We have the man himself, Mr. Blue Eyes, the Ice Wizard, and the Mega Minion. Now, I've been using this for the last 4 battles, I believe, and I've won all 4 battles relatively easily. Well, not easily, but I have won all 4. So we have had a 2-1 victory, a 3-1 victory, a 2-1 victory, and a 3-1 victory as well. So let's kick it off with the first replay. So this is going against a Royal Giant deck. So as you can see, I don't have the Elixir Collector now, which is obviously normally one of my staple cards. So with this deck, I'm just going to be starting the Giant off at the back more than likely, depending on what our opponent does. So as you can see, our opponent does drop down his Royal Giant. So I drop down my Musketeer to start working on him as quickly as possible. So as that Royal Giant then goes down, we're then going to start our push down this left, even though our opponent's Elixir has built. So our opponent has dropped down his own Musketeer, so I drop down my Ice Spirit and Fire Spirit. Luckily, they go straight for those Barbarians, so I drop my Prince behind to take out that Musketeer. And now we've got the Giant, Prince and Musketeer on that first tower, which we're going to take out very quickly. Our opponent obviously does drop down the mini P.E.K.K.A, but he goes down very quickly with that Prince. Luckily, our Prince is able to get a few hits off on that tower, as well as the Musketeer and the Giant. So at this point, our Elixir's just reset to 10, and we're starting our push down the opposite side of the field. At this moment, it's a very solid 1-0 victory as well. Our opponent decides to drop down his Ice Wizard. As a counter to that, down goes my own Ice Wizard and our own Musketeer. Next up is going to be the Fire Spirit and those Ice Spirits to take out those Barbarians. And we're going to take out that Ice Wizard hopefully very quickly with the Mega Minion, and then we're going to take out the Musketeer. So at this point guys, we're about levels for Devils on the Elixir front, but we still do have that 1 tower advantage. Now it's going to wait for our Elixir to build back up to 10 before we start our push again. So as you can see, our opponent's doing the exact same. So down goes the Giant on the opposite side. I'm changing things up. I'm going to try and put a bit of pressure on the opposite tower. Our opponent does drop down his Royal Giant and the mini P.E.K.K.A. So I drop down my Prince. Poor placement there. Unfortunately, I am going to probably lose that Prince to that mini P.E.K.K.A. But I'm able to take out that Royal Giant. So I now have my Prince, Fire Spirits and Ice Wizard coming for a push down this left hand side. Now Prince does go into the front, so we are able to take out most of those Barbarians with those Ice Wizards. And I decide to drop a few troops down the opposite side as well. Fortunately, our opponent does drop his Miner as a counter, and P.E.K.K.A very well done there. Absolutely stopping my attack down the right hand side. Luckily the Ice Wizard is going to town, doing some additional damage to that crown tower. So again guys, we're just going to continue our push down this side. Our opponent does drop down his Royal Prince again, which is backed up by the Musketeer. So I drop down the Mega Minion there to obviously take out those archers, and then we're going to continue our push down this left hand side. We did lose that tower, which was fully expected. The Fire Spirits go down to help take down that mini P.E.K.K.A and those Barbarians. We've got the Prince, the Giant, the Ice Wizard and the Valkyrie, the Musketeer all going in on that tower with that Mega Minion. just completely overloading our opponent so he's unable to respond for a solid 3-1 victory. So let's have a look at another one. The very first battle I had with this, which was a similar-ish deck to ours, with quite a few similar troops in there, but our opponent did have lower level troops. Another reason why we was able to win this one the way we did. But also this is the first time I'm using a deck, so just trying to get used to it is quite tricky in and of itself. So as you can see, we dropped down the Hog Rider, Ice Spirit and Fire Spirit. Unfortunately, we are only able to get a few hits off on that tower, but we do get it down to 1372 thanks to that Mega Minion. So I dropped down my Musketeer to take out the Mega Minion, and then I dropped down the Ice Wizard as well. Unfortunately, for some reason, my placement here hasn't been great, and our opponent does use that Poison spell, which is going to become less effective from the next update, to take out the troops there as well. So I dropped down my own Giant to continue my counter push down this side, followed by that Ice Spirit, and then followed by the Fire Spirit as well. Unfortunately, a very well played Zap spell there really did do some significant damage to me there. We are still going to be able to take out this first tower though, giving us a very good head start. But our opponent is using those Elixir Collectors wisely to try and gain Elixir advantage here. So I drop down my Musketeer to take down our opponents, but he does use that Miner there to great effect. Now we do manage to take out that Musketeer, but our tower is down to 142. Our opponent then decides to drop the Giant, so I drop down my own Giant as a counter. Unfortunately, both the Musketeer and the Mega Minion go for our opponent's Giant, as well as the Ice Spirit. Unfortunately, that Mini Peck is then going to take out our Musketeer as well. So overall, that was a very poor trade-off for us. And our opponent's Musketeer is going to take our tower down nearly. And then the Mega Minion and the Giant are going to follow up and actually do that. So at this point, we're not looking too clever, because our opponent does have a good push on here. All because I wasted my troops there, which I should have used better to my advantage. So at this point, guys, we are just ahead in the Elixir race, but our opponent does have those two troops in the back. And we're near enough level on damage. So I drop down my Giant on this opposite side, where our opponent drops down his Giant as well. Down goes my Musketeer. And then I'm going to drop down my Prince to take out our opponent's Musketeer, and then to support taking out that Giant. We're then going to obviously continue our push down this right hand side. So down goes the Prince, which is going to smack straight into that Mini Pecker and the Giant. So we send down our Hog Rider and Ice Wizard there just to slow these troops down. Our Hog Rider does manage to get through to that tower, but only manages to get off the one hit. Utilising the Prince here to take out that Miner, and those Fire Spirits there to obviously assist as well. So down goes our Giant in the centre purely as a distraction. We have our Prince and our Ice Wizard there as well. So that Mini Pecker is about to go down due to that Mega Minion. Unfortunately, the Musketeer comes along the long time as a distraction. Our Musketeer is going to take out that Giant, and then we've got the Ice Wizard there in support. As you can see, this is a long battle here, guys, because I'm just struggling really with placement and getting used to the deck. Down goes my Ice Spirit there just to try and help the Prince get onto that tower. It does nearly get off one shot, but not quite, unfortunately. And that Giant well placed there to slow down my attack. As you can see, our opponent then drops down his Miner and his Giant, followed by the Musketeer. We drop down the Ice Wizard purely as a distraction, and the Prince there as well. At this point, we've got all these troops on the board, so I'm going to drop my Giant down in the centre again, purely as a distraction, followed by that Ice Spirit. We do take out that Mini Pecker. The Giant goes in, and unfortunately, we just drop short on the tower at 70 HP. Drop down the Ice Wizard, unfortunately, gets distracted, but there we go. The Prince goes in and takes it out for a solid 2-1 victory. Now, like I said, guys, this was the first time I was really using this deck, so it was just getting used to it. So, guys, what we're going to do now is a live attack. Now, unfortunately, I'm not the best at live attacks. Well, not talking through live attacks, so just bear with me if I do go quiet at times. So, guys, just give me 2 seconds and we'll be back when we get into a live match. So, guys, we've got a live battle here against Elixir Rosa from iOS Crack. So let's wait to build our Elixir up. As always, guys, wish your opponent good luck. We're going to start with a push in the back with the giant and wait to see what our opponent does to counter. Our opponent gives us a thumbs up, so let's give up the thumbs up as well. So our opponent has only got a level 5 Mega Minion there, so we're going to drop down our own Mega Minion as a counter here. We're going to drop it behind the giant, so the giant takes the brunt of it. We're then going to drop down our own musketeer here, and then we're going to drop down the fire spirits. Giants, unfortunately, is not going to quite make it through to the tower, and neither is any of our troops. But we are going to... our opponent has then dropped the prince. So I'm going to drop the ice wizard there. There we go. Drop our own, and then we're going to drop our giant here. Followed by the Mega Minion. Our giant's going to obviously going through, and our Mega Minion is going to take our opponent's Mega Minion. Our opponent drops down those fire spirits, so we're going to drop down our fire spirits now. We've got both our Mega Minion, giant, and ice wizard on that tower, so that tower should go down very quickly here. There it goes. So I'm going to drop down my prince down the opposite side purely as a distraction at this point. See what our opponent decides to throw at us. He does use a well-placed zap there to slow our prince down, but he's still going to be able to do a significant amount of damage to that tower. As you can see, our opponent drops his own prince down, so I drop down my ice spirit and then follow it up with my ice wizard, followed by my Mega Minion. Our opponent is going to get some hits off on our tower, but not that many. So here we go, guys. Our Mega Minion and Ice Wizard are going to come down this opposite side. I'm going to drop down my Hog Rider now as well. Hopefully the Ice Wizard is going to slow that wizard down so we can get a few shots on that tower. There we go. So we do manage to take out this tower with that Ice Wizard. So we're just going to let our elixir build back up. Our opponent's dropping a giant down, so we're going to drop down our musketeer here, and then we're going to follow that up with Prince. Our Ice Wizard is also going to go down as well at this point. And then we're going to start our own push down this far side here. I'm going to drop the giant. I'm going to drop the fire spirits there. Then we're going to drop the musketeer as a distraction on that prince. Oh, that was poor timing by me. So down goes our own ice spirit there. There we go. We're not going to worry too much about that prince. So we're just going to continue our push now, guys. We're going to drop the giant up front here. We're going to drop our own prince down here. Fire spirits down, but it's not all needed. A 3-0 victory. Admittedly, guys, our opponent was slightly lower levels than us, which did account for a lot of that, but this deck still is very, very strong. So guys, that's it from me. If you like what you see, comment below and let me know. If you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you gamers next time. Take care.